Hi, this is Dan Brown, and this is another ProPresenter 6 tutorial for the New Haven Seventh-day Adventist Church. Scenario here is that what if we want to create a brand new slide show with new graphics? We have a lot of existing graphics that we can use, and over the years we've collected quite a few. But say we want to create one from scratch, something brand new, with maybe a certain themed background that would relate to a sermon, for instance, that the pastor is doing. A couple ways we can do this, and I'm going to walk through the process of creating a blank template, utilizing one of the templates that are already here, and then actually using a website called ShareFaith, which the church has a subscription to actually import those graphics from the website and utilize those professionally created graphics. So inside of our library, there's quite a few of these pre-done templates that I've done over the years. And a lot of these just have kind of a gray background with, you can see we can fill in the blanks here. And this allows you to start with one of these backgrounds and then just drag and drop backgrounds into it and then update the words on them based upon the service itself. Okay, so say we're going to be using, I'm just going to start with number 1 here. So blank number 1, church template. First thing I would do is let's make a copy of that because I don't want to mess up my existing one. So if I come up here and choose edit and duplicate, you can see it makes a blank copy. So then I can come in here, let's rename that. I'm going to call that church services. And let's call this training, just so I can find it again. Okay, so this is going to be for church services training. And what I'll do is I'll create a new playlist and just drop it right into that. So that way it's easier for us to find. So now I have a new playlist, and I've created that new service. You can see it's just kind of generic in here. So what I want to do is go to a website and actually pull down some new graphics to utilize for this. The graphics are actually going to go into the graphics tray here. And let's see, I'll probably drop it into something along these lines. So say we're doing a sermon on fishers of men or something similar to that. So first I'm going to go to the website that we have a membership to. It's called sharefaith.com. And you can get the login from one of the admins. But I'm going to jump to that website once it loads up. I have something uploading in the background, so it's a little slower. This is the main website for ShareFaith. This is where I grab most of our graphics. And underneath the products, we have a membership to Church Graphics. So I'm going to click on Church Graphics. And these are all kind of professionally done backgrounds that we can use. A lot of them are done very well. And there's all different types of topics in here. Everything from mini movies to motion backgrounds. You can see that there's a whole bunch of static ones. There's just a lot to actually choose from. So going with my fish theme here, I can do a filter. I can do a search here, and I can actually filter this out. So if I want to choose PowerPoint formats or just worship loop videos, anything like that, worship backgrounds, I can filter things down that way. I just did a search for fish, and you can see that there's a whole bunch of things here. A lot of Father's Day stuff too. If we hover over any of these, it'll actually have a little like motion backgrounds for the welcomes and the goodbyes. Those are nice to use sometimes as well. But I'm going to use, let's use this Fishers of Men background. Now there's a couple different downloads that you can use here. If you know Photoshop, you can actually download a Photoshop ready version of this that allows you to go in and modify existing text, for instance, and backgrounds. I don't have Photoshop. PowerPoint 4Ks, we can do PowerPoint standard definitions. Those are just PPT files. What I usually use with the ProPresenter is just the image pack. And this will just download JPEG images of each of these slides here that we can use. And you'll see that this will download in the background here, and we'll give that a second to download. Okay, our download has finished, so this will be down in our downloads directory. So if I go over to that directory now, what this will give us is a zip file, and you'll see in the zip file we have the ultra high definition files. These are going to be widescreen files, or we have standard definition files, which are going to be the 4:3 format as opposed to the 16:9. And these actually work better with our particular monitors. So all I have to do now is I highlight the files that I want to copy over. Let me jump over to ProPresenter because I'm going to drop them into this particular folder. And then all I have to do is drag and drop those into this particular folder. And now I'll have these files available to me right inside of my my image files folder. Okay, so that's underneath my Jesus folder. So just that easy. Now we have these available to us. If I want to actually create a welcome slide, you'll see that there is a welcome slide here already. Let me make these just a little bigger so you can see them. If I want to use one of those welcome slides, all I have to do is drag it and drop it into its own spot, and it will create just a new image slide that I can click on this. Let me clear backgrounds. When I click on this, you'll see that it will show up here. So we don't have to use this particular welcome if we don't want to. Or alternatively, I might even do this. If I come up here and drop this in, now I can come in and maybe delete this box, but maybe leave the church name down at the bottom here and make that a white color so it's easier to see. Okay. Now all we have to do is figure out which backgrounds we want for different areas. All right. So say the gathering hymn, let me get out of the editor here, and maybe the gathering hymn, we want to kind of keep that theme going here with the guy fishing. Ministry minute, maybe we'll do the same thing here. At the very beginning, a lot of these slides actually have just a verse associated with them. So maybe I can drag and drop that even before the welcome. So while the church service is actually starting and people are walking in, before we use the welcome slide, we'll just utilize this particular slide here. Let me delete this one. That way there's a verse on the screen. Praise and worship, maybe we'll use this one, tithes and offering. And again, if it's the same one, I don't actually have to put anything there. I will just use the one from before. Maybe children's story, I want to use something slightly different. I can use a different color here. But you see, just as I drag and drop things up here, they'll actually show up in the background. And then call to prayer. You know, you kind of get the idea. Yeah, maybe for the sermon slide, we can put that in too. So we have the little fisherman. Now this is a goodbye slide. Maybe what we want to use is the existing goodbye that it came with, and then I can get rid of this one. So I'll delete that. That will be our goodbye slide. And then we also need to do something for the closing hymn. So now I can turn that off, and now I have my slide set up. You can see with the backgrounds that I need. Now it's just a matter of going into the editor and changing this. So, you know, say this is great is thy faithfulness, and that's hymn number 100, I believe. That doesn't quite fit, so maybe we'll make that just a little smaller. And now we can just kind of go through and update each one of these very quickly and kind of set these up the way we want. If you want to change fonts or anything or colors, that's a possibility as well. All right, so that is how you utilize one of the existing templates and drag and drop new backgrounds into them for creating a whole new slideshow. And that one is almost ready to go. So now we have that one available in our library, and we could use that for a few weeks and it kind of gives us a nice theme. Hopefully that was helpful. Have a good day. Talk to you later.